Like some Goodyear running so fast with these wings on, threw out my bands and I got me my Scott song. Voice got deep since the 7-old. Look me in my eyes, man. This boy's fully grown. That was Trip on My Words by Manwolves. I really like that song. Is it related to the story or anything so far? No, but you're probably used to that by now. Let's play this game. All right, day 10, Twin Flames. Wonder what that means. Oh, Jade, yay. Oh, hello, Pole. You look worse. Hey, innkeeper. Hello, it's been a while since I've seen you around. Like, what, like 5 days? A whole week, to be exact. And you already miss me? A little? Oh. Cute. I got my hands on a job. All the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy, but well paid. Or something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly. So she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. But you always take the easy way, don't you, Jade? Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll bring back my usual speed and agility. I feel like this job drained me of all my energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of that story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Yeah, you know, maybe one day she'll turn herself around, though. What do you think, Andu? Yeah. Let's hope this suits your taste. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my senses coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of 2-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. It must be the 2 brains. You know, literally 2 heads are better than 1. They say a dog can reach like at max the intelligence of a 2-year-old. And I mean, 2-year-olds are pretty smart. They can talk and shit, right? But I wonder what that is like for sheep. Probably. Anyways, they got out. Right before their sharing appointment. And of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Diria at the moment. Seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Oh, rumors? Rumors, you say? You can't just tease me like that, Jade. You know I live and breathe rumors. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folk have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you. Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for hunting instead of handling. I mean, I've played Monster Hunter like a little bit. There's capture missions, aren't there? That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn 2-headed sheep are? Let me guess, they're twice as stubborn as 1-headed sheep. You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it right. I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands, of beasts, and some sheep are the one enemy I can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and her knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Ooh, is this someone I know? Oh. Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Who could it be? Minthine or something? Hold on. Who's in my book? Can't be any of these guys. I don't know any retired adventurers. Some kind of astral fin folk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? Let me think. Minecraft. Hay. They like hay in Minecraft, right? Or wheat. I have no... Oh, hello. Oh, well, I mean, based on your appearance and your one-armedness, I can guess who you are.
Clovers. Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for 'em, if you will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper.
Do I know her? Do you two know each other? Barely.
Ha! Keep your secrets then. Oh, so mysterious, innkeeper.
She knows.
I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be friends, honestly.
Best friends?
I think you got that one wrong, Jade.
I'd never befriend someone like him. I have taste.
Damn. What a bitch. Am I right?
I think she might be racist.
Okay, here's my theory. Jade said she's like astral or whatever, right? And we know there's the astral and primordial. And Kyle said that I smell like primordial. So I think she's racist because I'm primordial. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings.
Consider me sorry, innkeep.
Apology accepted.
Speaking of taste,
what about your drinks?
I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh?
Indeed, I think I got the hang of it. Did you know me before I was innkeeper?
Now what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink.
Ooh. Oh, she has a mixer for a hand. Is that what that is? It's not a regular hand hook. Is she a barkeep?
Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly, and I don't like feeling so weak.
Got you. I think she might have been more appropriate for the like smoker voice that I use on Chrissy.
Let's see what that old magic has to offer.
Don't worry, he might not look like it, but his drinks are actually really good.
I bet.
I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Wait, what did she want? Since I already used my smoker voice on Chrissy, I think the voice I'm doing is like a good mix between that and like my normal voice.
Oh, wow.
Impressed? Don't get cocky now. Oh, I'll get cocky. I'll get cocky-tailed. That's how good of a barkeep I am. Fuck you. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jade told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business?
Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes.
And yet you decided to help Jade.
Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep?
Not yet.
Lucky you.
Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. But this was a one-time exception.
Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover magic trick?
Oh, absolutely. She was so happy, she gratefully paid both of us.
Well, that's good to hear.
She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maihida.
I have no idea what that word means.
I don't have any use for stones like these.
Since I'm retired, I can care less about material riches.
So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift.
Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. Let's see. Okay. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing.
Okay, it's a Do you use those for crocheting? I don't know how to do it, so I wouldn't know.
Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades.
That's remarkable.
Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair.
I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade.
Are you challenge me to a duel?
Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks.
That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. But don't come crying to me after I annihilate you.
Would you really call her a bounty hunter if she hunts monsters? Like, Carolyn is a beast slayer. What are you? Okay. Do you hunt people too? She's strong, independent. Wow.
Ha, you wish.
Oh, do I have to side with someone? I mean, I, out of game, don't like Jade. I don't mind Una, but the innkeeper doesn't like them. Why the fuck are you looking at me like that? You know what? I'll give it to Jade. I'll say Jade, be on guard.
You're worried about me?
Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed.
So you're saying you've lost against her?
More than once, yes.
Pathetic.
Hey, are you talking about me?
Listen and keep. If your opponent is obviously cheating like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now watch how our real master does it.
Oh shit. Oh, hello.
I don't have any illegal infusions. Psh, don't fucking look at me.
G'day.
I have returned, innkeeper.
Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome.
This brave adventurer's name is Clay.
Okay, that's awesome. Holy shit. The music kind of surprised me.
He offered unexpected support during my quest.
I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of
The world.
Yes, of course. The world, Mr. Clay.
You don't need the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal. Like talking to one of those graph people.
Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is then. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met?
That would be a fun trade, right, Tia?
Tia? Okay. I think I would welcome it as well. And then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead.
Oh, my. You've got a lot of stuff on the menu.
Holy shit, calm down. Oh, bongo looking ass.
How about one of those drinks with ingredients?
Okay, you look strong. How about something extra for those muscles?
That sounds nice. Let's go with that.
1 minute. Alright, how about a sailor's courage? Because I already made a southern baller and I'm not making another one. Try this. It might knock your socks off.
This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it.
I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called?
Don't worry, I'll remember it for you.
Thank you.
Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like?
I need some of that liquid vigilance.
Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Una side-eyeing after she says that. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax?
There's no such time.
Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. Okay, vigilance. Like the sun reflecting off a frozen lake, the first snow makes you feel comfortable and safe, embracing you with its frosty taste. I don't know if this is wrong, but I feel like it's still correct, if you know what I mean. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that.
Do we get to tell the story now?
Please, go ahead.
You think I should start with the seashells?
No, I think some exposition is in order first. Oh, yeah, that's my favorite. I love exposition. I say that, but this entire game is just exposition because it's a visual novel. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told, mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes. That was certainly something. Minecraft music right now. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalewell, or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask.
I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Klep Island.
Why?
Because it's shaped like one.
Probably the smartest approach. What is it? Kelpie? I'm gonna say Kelpie. I have no idea what that is, but Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlements of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in the center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation, and I was pretty sure they were preparing for some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes.
Oh, I always thought those were art projects.
Common misconception. Sounds like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. Is this like the same thing Bio was talking about? Like the Dream Festival thing? I don't remember that if that was like the same place or not. It doesn't say where she lived. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps. Just 2 days before the star fell. They said it seemed like it was running away from something, that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. Yeah, that seems like an understatement. Majorly.
I mean, it did end up in some kind of adventure.
Investigating disaster is not an adventure. It is a necessity of dire circumstances.
I had fun.
That makes two of us. I feel like people are taking this situation a little too lightly, and Ilithia is like the only one like actually serious about any of this. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Kara Space Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose. What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right, sorry. Slipped my mind. I guess that answers the question of if God's so good, why do they let us suffer? God's plan. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request.
That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells.
Did she?
I did, actually. Pairing dragonhead tridents and flimmering limplet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins. Therefore, making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I had managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings.
I honestly thought she was decorating the beach, and that she could do with more color.
Wow. You're remarkably dumb, but you mocked me in every single way. You weren't wrong in a way. Oh, he's crying. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands, too.
Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities.
Fortunate indeed.
Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or your very own ritual, Clay?
I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells.
Do you encounter these creatures a lot?
I try to. They're very nice.
Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessing rests upon him.
You're full of surprises. Thank you. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say something that upset them without realizing. And then they think I meant to hurt them. Like I one time talked to this boar, and I was chatting up real nice. We were having a great conversation, and I was like, "Hey, you want to come over? We got ham for breakfast." And he ditched me. I hate when that happens.
You mean they just disappear like they were never there?
Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home.
Not necessarily. Many Astrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral current pulls them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult. Or so I've been told. I feel like I'm speaking from experience, Innkeeper Lord. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye.
So you're saying the sea swallowed them?
Not quite. It just beckoned them home. Through a celestial hug of sorts.
So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea?
That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous.
It is? But echoes are from the primordial sea, and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow.
They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. And accessing it requires meticulous planning. Not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Astrian friends, who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim, get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in there unprepared.
But the Fae on Kelpie's Island aren't from Gaia either. And they told me they haven't lived here for very long.
Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes.
So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there?
Well, that is a very good question. There's a lot of lore going on right now, holy shit. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bound, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. We went so off track. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me more about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures, and his abilities to speak with animals as if they share a language.
So you asked him for help?
Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but
But you didn't have to.
Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay.
Anytime.
So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them.
I mean, there was one star.
There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated. Almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly.
I mean, it sounds beautiful, but probably also unhealthy.
That's an understatement. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth in them.
You seem pretty excited about this, Clay. You have something to say?
I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast, before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear.
You knew what it needed, Clay. I will give it to you, Alethea. You are very smart for that. Alethea, have I mentioned I'm in love with you?
Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry. When you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show it that I didn't mean it any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but then it picked up the shell and gently ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone.
I'm sure it needed that. Wait, can you talk to my bird and my tentacle? Tell this bitch he needs to start paying his fucking rent. And tell the tentacle to keep it down with all the freaky shit.
It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust.
Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freeing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet.
That's one lucky whale.
And one unusual effect of that infusion.
Clay, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
She's mine, okay?
Again, you mocked me in every single way, but like, you fucked this up for me. It's over. It's over for you. I know bounty hunters, shapeshifters, fucking murderers. I kill people, Clay, and I'll kill you.
Is that not usually possible?
Inspiration is a fickle thing, but such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person.
I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support would to look like.
Tia's support was very helpful.
I'd hope so.
Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked it what had happened, and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs.
A creature on 2 legs.
So humanoid then. We assume. Turns out whales don't care much about our appearances.
It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about.
Rookie mistake. Do you guys know that vultures have their stomach acid has a pH of close to 0, between 1 and 0, I think it is. That they literally can eat anything. That's why you'll see them just swallow entire bones and shit. It's probably how they don't get sick too. I guess you need that when you eat rotting flesh all day.
The two-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind.
Speaking from experience, Clay?
Tia, do you ever get angry?
No. I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. You're so beautiful, babe.
You forgot divinity.
Thank you. I did. You know what, Tia? Or, no, I'm not going to call you Tia. I haven't earned that. You know what, Alithia? I have seen you get, like, pissed and angry before. Especially when, Jade... Oh, wait, Jade is literally over there. When you first appeared and talked to Jade, you were pissed.
Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but... Suddenly, this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable. Like it was freezing from the inside out.
Makes sense, it did eat a freezing thing. The potent frostbite I mentioned. It seems a curse took hold and slowly spread through its entire body.
It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder. Until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find.
A star. Okay. That's interesting. You know, I don't know about in this world, but in real world, stars are like fucking huge. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small contained in its belly, but apparently it was one of the biggest ones that the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless seas. It did, and it helped. It kept its front bite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the Astral Sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that.
The whale was very confused about what had happened, but it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place.
So the whale was the reason the stars fell.
They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad.
To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. Again, this is probably the third time we've mentioned understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe.
It was hurt and scared.
It should have endured instead of hurting others. Kinda cold, but okay.
It was alone. It didn't know that all that would happen.
No, I'm sure it's tried its best. Its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. That's true. You should probably blame the guy that cursed it.
I think so too.
Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite may have gone, but that star is part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all the other stars in the Astral Sea has been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again. And in turn, that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. Damn. That fucking sucks, dude. This is depressing as shit. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the stars doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes.
I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends,
On the way back, we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on it. You're not wearing it, unless it's that thing around. I don't think it is. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you, right, Tia? Back the fuck off, Clay. They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure. I'm looking forward to seeing how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. That's... Oh my god, Tia. I mean, Alithia. Fuck, I haven't earned that. Wait, did I call her Tia already? Okay, the innkeeper has called her Tia. I think I can do it now. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? Ooh, a gift for me? From you? Wait, what appeared? Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. It's not the dream catcher, right? Where am I looking? The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So, I gotta break her walls. Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. Fuck! I've sabotaged myself. Why did I do this? If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. No offense, I do hope you fucking fall off a cliff or get picked by a pack of vultures or eaten by another humpback whale. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale, you found out why the stars fell, and even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Okay. I'm sorry. Chill, but I cannot leave this tavern. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. No, I agree. I was thinking the same thing. The big bad lurks. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Hey, don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? She would literally be like, damn, I wish I was in New York when 9/11 happened just to see the smoke. Like, what the fuck?
Listen, love. When I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did, at some one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance. Everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you, and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me.
Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. Again, I'm with her, because there's very clearly someone doing all this. And I don't know.
And even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end.
And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Dude, it's kind of annoying. Like, you have no aspirations to solve a problem, and you tell the ones that are trying to solve the problem to don't worry about it, but you still expect the problem to be fixed by someone. Like, what the fuck?
Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry.
Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one?
You got it.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna save. They said make sure she doesn't see it. These things. This D20 looking ass. I wonder if she will actually react to it. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know.
Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the day.
I find your apathy borders on tragedy. Damn, go off, Alethea. Start a rap career next.
And I find your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive.
Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me.
No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions.
Why is literally everybody against Alethea for no reason? I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No, she was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. I don't know about that, Alethea. Like, I'm not some gear in the machine. Yeah, I think she's done her part, at least, you know? Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. No, it's very bleak. Everyone should be able to enjoy their life at some point. The latter. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented, which means that this too could have been attempted before, even if not successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's libraries. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades now. This library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold, but I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Mayhadan archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Didn't Jade say something about her being one of those? Whatever. I don't even know what that means. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane. Even Tuath, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless archivist. But then they fell into an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where we could find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing.
But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Didn't I meet a fucking nerd the other day? Archie. Oh yeah, Archie and Hex. They're both huge nerds. God, these two would get along so well. Of course, I can do that.
Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling all her money away.
You could ask her yourself.
I would rather not. She's on the other side of the table. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right?
I could do with a little bit more time. I mean, that just depends on who walks in, you know?
Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper.
This is very short notice.
As all disasters are. Typically. Hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning.
Oh, damn. Whatever you say, Alithia. Anything for you.
In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do. People to help. Prayers to consult.
I was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you.
I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take one. Or two. Though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will the world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow.
Okay. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup.
Yeah, you do that, Clay.
And,
hope you like that drink.
Soup always helps me when I have a headache. And it looks like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well?
Yeah, give me some soup.
I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies?
No, thank you, Clay.
Anytime. Then the recipes will be a surprise.
Something I just realized, that spatula hand is a perfect match for Una over there. Maybe I won it in like a bet or something.
Have a superb day. I'll take some of those coupons too.
Wonderful.
Talking through everything really helped. Thank you.
I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better.
Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for T and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger, and that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry?
No? Who likes being angry?
Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important.
That's true. If Inside Out has taught me anything, never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. What the fuck?
At least they're not scared of you.
Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay. And don't be scared of who that is.
I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself too.
What a strange fucking conversation. Thank you, Clay. Me too. Also, still, I have no idea what thing they were talking about. Oh my fucking god. It's a long night.
Also, they've been playing for a long ass time.
Probably evening to you. Welcome to my tavern.
Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances? With whom do I have the pleasure today?
No way. A speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of these in a long while.
Hello there. How incredibly rude of you to leave out introductions. My name is Scully.
And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. She is so locked in right now.
Ah, a fellow my heady. but with more skin left, which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade.
I feel like this implies something about their race or whatever. Like, that's a beautiful necklace. Shouldn't you be named after a gemstone? I'll say a cat Jade's extension. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about.
It does remind me of Scully in some way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves?
Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating.
Ha! Don't get smart with me now. Oh, Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to be getting along so well. Oh, absolutely.
I think I should be going now. I still have work to do.
What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made from shimmering gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Maihada since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match already. Would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends.
Huh?
Anyway, see ya.
That was quick. The distance is so immaculate.
Indeed.
I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Oh my fucking god. You really? Again? It wasn't... Okay.
Good mythical morning.
It's well past sunset, Hex.
That might be true, but it's still...
morning somewhere, I know.
You got it. But today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're gonna be celebrate my sister.
Oh, fuck. Dude, there's way too many characters this episode. Oh my god. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in one day. Like, oh my god. 8 if you count a turtle, I guess. Alright, what's your voice? She didn't say something dumb as fuck like good mythical morning, so I don't have an idea for her.
Greetings, everyone.
Come on in.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully.
Jade.
You can call me Hex. And this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know, she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast. Though some fire might be fun.
No fireballs inside, Hexagon.
If you insist, a fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one of those since feels like an eternity. What's the occasion, haha? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown Selenite witch.
It's not that special, honestly.
I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats.
Oh, look at you, being fucking bright for once. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed.
You're very sweet. Thank you.
I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself.
You came in the other day hating on her. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation?
Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend me something?
Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day.
That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up.
Coming right up.
My, this is delightful.
See, I told you. He definitely knows his craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance?
Last time I checked, no, but I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it.
I can tell your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now.
Is anyone else up for a drink?
Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier.
Scully, Hex, what about you two?
I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment from the usual bones, actually. Perhaps something that will bring back the charm of the old days.
At your service. I can tell he pulled. Scully 100% pulled when he was alive. Here you go, a drink for the charming gentleman.
Oh, what a lovely...
Oh, wrong voice. I said went into Kyle.
What a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out.
Should I be worried?
Maybe it's an undead thing.
Well, theopractically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need...
You and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once.
All just talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once, and then I took an arrow to the knee. I spent my life as an archivist at the
Guyan Everbloom Archive, to be precise. Wow, that's so fucking awesome, isn't it? That's so fucking stupid. The Guyan Everbloom Archives. I've got just about everybody I would need. Hex, his sister, the two smartest people in the fucking world, and the exact person that Alithia was looking for.
before my supposedly eternal slumber.
I've read a lot about the old archivist, but I've never had the chance to talk to one.
Well, obviously, they're all dead.
All of them?
Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now.
Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them.
I guess so.
If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge?
It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would even find the archives nowadays. Or their ruins, rather.
Do you remember the environment surrounding them? That seems like a good question. Maybe that could help.
A little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders, as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steeps or poisonous lake. The liquid in the lake could singe the meat right off your bones.
Or your bones right off your bones in your case.
I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday.
Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold.
Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say that books and scrolls of the Mahadan archive contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you have to protect that knowledge. Would be a shame if someone... Anyways.
I think I know the place Scully's talking about.
Oh?
It sounds just like the gravel mac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice. On this plane, at least.
Or else I'd have heard of it.
I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all the hidden treasure, knowledge left untouched for millennia.
That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you.
Fine.
Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in Gravelmac anyway.
Oh, and you would? Stupid bitch. I've got a fucking YouTube channel with 10 million subscribers. What do you have? Fucking nothing. Fucking nobody has.
Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade today already. Thank you for your reluctant service. Oh, not even a buy. Okay.
What a lovely young lady. She would have made her a great archivist. And a grumpy one.
I'm sure she's just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired.
I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your own achievements. Wow. Judgy, am I right? Fuck. Holy shit.
And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant.
It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality.
Scully and my points still stand. And I'm sure your brother would agree with us.
Absolutely.
You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late.
A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you.
Seems fair. I hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will, theopractically. Watch someone else pop in? Okay, no. Alright, questing. Alright, it's not color-coded anymore, even though I do have 3 of these. I actually will have a quest for Alithia in the morning. Okay, this, the Everbloom Archives, and that deep within long lost treasures, infinite knowledge of the cosmos. Okay, there, that's it. Raiders of the Lost Archives. That's a funny reference. Alright, hype. Oh man, my voice is killing me. You know, this has helped me realize maybe I'm better at voices than I thought. I mean, I'm not like bragging. Like, I wouldn't say I'm good, but I've definitely discovered I can do a lot more than I thought. So I'm kind of proud of myself. All right, anyway, like and subscribe.